Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you, everybody, for taking the time to join us this evening on this Wednesday evening for this UK Visi call. My name is Catherine Nix. I'm a partner here with Visi in the UK. I live in a little county called Dorset. I am so excited to be introducing this call this evening. I personally love our Wednesday evening calls that we do here, really giving you a lot more information about the products that we're involved in here in Visi. My background is actually I'm a nurse, so again for me, I'm very passionate about health and wellness, and I also love the science behind the products that we're creating and the results they're getting. And as I say, the more time that I spend with Visi and with my customers, the more impressed I am about the results that people are really getting with their health and wellness in this country. And to hear the science behind the product just confirms to me that we have got the most incredible technology and product range. But you've really come on this call tonight not to hear about me. I'm going to be introducing two gentlemen this evening, and I'm very excited to have them on the call. The first gentleman I would like to introduce is someone who I have so much respect for. He has mentored me from day one since I've been with the company. I love spending time with him. I know how passionate he is about the products and the company. And really, I'd like to turn the call straight over to our Vice President of Sales, Mr. Ryan Anderson. Ryan, are you on the call?
I am, Catherine. Thank you so much. I love listening to you introduce these calls. You're such a brilliantly beautiful, powerful leader, and I just feel so blessed and privileged to be on this call with you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited for tonight's call. This is something that I'm so passionate about. I grew up doing many different cleanses. My mom used to chase me around the house doing bee pollen and so many different things. But at the time, I wasn't that excited about it. And, until Visi, I really wasn't ever really excited about doing a cleanse product. I don't know of many people in this world that walk around being all excited about doing cleanses. And so that's why I love our Visi cleanse product that we're going to discuss and talk about tonight. And so without further ado, I'm going to bring on the call with me this evening somebody who I've literally had the privilege of traveling around this world with. He's a brilliant person outside the medical field. He's just somebody who has so much passion and power and vision in everything that he does, and I just love him. He's an inspiration to me. So please welcome to the call the one and only Dr. Charlie Rouse. Dr. Rouse, are you in the house, my friend?
Hey, Ryan, you know I is, and what a pleasure, what a pleasure it is. And you're a great guy, and everybody in Visi loves you, and we appreciate your enthusiasm, but you always get it right, and that's what I like about you.
Well, it's hard to get it wrong when I hang out with such powerful people like you and Catherine, my friend. So, let's just jump right into this, my friend. So, you've obviously been around cleanses your entire professional career and personal life as well. How important is it for a human to go to cleanse? I mean, it's not typically a common thing. I don't think a lot of people don't necessarily talk about it. I don't know if it's because of the bathroom visits or what, but how important is it for us as humans, especially in the environment that we live in today, to properly cleanse?
So very important. And tonight we're talking about the wonderful, wonderful product by Visi called Rensa, R-E-N-S-A, Rensa. And what that is, it's really a cell, C-E-L-L, cell cleanser. And think about this. What if you stopped cleaning your house or your apartment, say for 50 years? Look, with all the everything in your house, the electronic devices, the light switches, the heating and air conditioning vents, all of your furniture, everything in your home would be covered in a thick layer of germy gunk and dust. And it wouldn't take long before your home would become unusable and unlivable. Well, guess what? Medical researchers now suspect that the same thing is probably happening inside our human bodies. We're not filled with dirt and dust, but we have become a walking toxic dump. And studies show that the average person, Ryan, the average person has as many as 700 chemical toxins, and the emphasis is on the word toxic, as in toxins, and they have things inside their body like fire retardant chemicals, mind-dulling toxic heavy metals like mercury, arsenic, cadmium, and even an overload of iron. Did you know that most table salts that people put on their French fries contain chemistry that, like cyanide? That's a poison. And when you look at us, we are brimming with pesticides from the backyard garden. We got aluminum in our bodies from our deodorants and our kitchen cookware. We've got mercury inside of us because of automobile and bus emissions and the fillings that are in our teeth that the dentist put there. So here's the problem. Decades of accumulation, and it can unexpectedly begin to trigger a whole bunch of unrelated health conditions. And I'm talking about things like weight gain, poor sleep, constant fatigue, low energy, memory loss, general aches and pains, and along with those nasty, cumbersome, occasional muscle cramps or aches. And look, bouts of irritability and even a propensity to catch every passing cold or flu are early warning signs that your body is toxic and overloaded. So how do we clean up the mess? Not with a laxative. You need to get all of the toxins. You need to get all of them out. We do not use laxatives in Rensa. There's no cascara. There's no senna leaf. A laxative is not what we needed. We needed a whole, W-H-O-L-E, a total body cleanse. We needed something that would go inside and work out. We needed to go deeper than just the colon. We had to get at the cell structure first. So what would you expect when you truly get in a daily, continuous, on and on cycle of Rensa? Better gastrointestinal health, improved digestion, increased energy, protection from the colds and flus that are coming again and again. Hey, how about rejuvenation or slowing down the aging process? Better moods, better mental function. So the question Dr. Charlie would ask anybody who's listening to our lecture tonight is, do you need to revitalize and detoxify with Rensa? And I'd ask you those questions that I just pretty much told you about. Do you have a weight problem? Do you have low energy levels? Do you have poor digestion or constipation? Do you have difficulty thinking with clarity? Do you have problems with yeast or candida or intestinal parasites? Do you sometimes feel the moody blues or the mully grubs? Do you get more than 1 or 2 colds each year? Are you disinterested in life or in sex? Do you have dark circles under your eyes? Are you always hungry? Do you have trouble getting to sleep? Or do you want to sleep all the time? Do you feel anxious or stressed most of the time? Do you ladies suffer from PMS or fibrocystic breast or uterine fibroids? Do you crave sweets? Do you suffer from allergies? Do you feel you are not as healthy and vibrant as somebody your own age? Do you have bad breath or body odor? Do you suffer from chronic postnasal drip or hay fever? Do you have sore, aching muscles? Well, there it is. That's Dr. Charlie's synopsis of Rensa. That's why we brought Rensa to the Visi family, because it's for all those people who have any of those complaints. So is that about what you were looking for, Ryan, when you said, tell them what it's all about?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It's brilliant, and I'm so grateful that this call is recorded, my friend. So now you mentioned a couple different things, because obviously, from all of those symptoms, and I think that I think a lot of people that are listening to this call, many people who are listening to this call for the first time or hearing anything about Visi for the first time, are probably thinking to themselves, okay, you've sold me. I need a cleanse product. I understand why Visi brought out a cleanse product. But you also mentioned something that I think is very important. Most cleanses on the market are diuretics, most commonly Senna. Why did Visi elect not to have their cleanse product be a diuretic? And I think you covered this in a little bit of depth talking about the cellular cleanse, but would you maybe just go into that a little bit more about the cleanse isn't necessarily about just the colon cleanse, but as well about going into that?
I truly will. And when you use the word diuretic, that's wee-wee, but a laxative is the bowel movement, and they're both that. We're not aggressively on either one of those cycles, because a laxative is addictive. So we left all the cascara and the normal senna leaf out of our product, but we put in specifically we use what we call specialty enzymes. We need things that would truly break down difficult fat molecules or sugar molecules or protein molecules that are too big and stuck in the wrong places. And so we were able to bring in good herbal nutrition, real, true herbal nutrition that would go deep into the cell structure, that was designed to break down the elements. But at the same time we were breaking them down, we didn't want them to float in the blood and move from one spot to another. We didn't want it to go from the skin to the brain or from the blood to the heart. We wanted it to get out of there. And so we put these little Pac-Men. Do y'all know what a Pac-Man is in England? Anyhow, these little gobblies, they just go in there and they eat up all the cellular debris, the trash, the junk. And like a little chipmunk, they fill up their cheeks and float right out. And then they go out of the system, sometimes through the liver, sometimes through the urine. But whichever exit they take, they get it out of the system. And whenever it chelates or like a vacuum cleaner, it'll suck up that heavy metal and get it into a position to where it won't do any more further damage to the cell structure, and the body gets rid of it. So it's a neat way to transition from unhealthy, back to healthy.
I love that, and I which is obviously our optimal goal here at Visi, is to help everybody get back to that healthy perspective. Now, can you maybe? I think a lot of people look at Visi in a lot of different facets. They look at Visi for weight loss, health and wellness, skin care, joint pain, mobility, flexibility, energy, mood. They look at Visi for a lot of different perspectives, but I definitely think the one thing that's hot and sexy out there is weight loss and body transformations. How can a proper cleanse using the Rensa product prepare the body for optimal weight loss?
Well, we find a lot of things, Ryan, is one. Most people are very stubborn at weight loss if they have a congested liver. And that's where all of the poisons and toxins go, to the liver. So we're trying to send extra troops and more facilities to clean up the liver. And that's the first start. And when that happens, you get a better bile flow. I mean, you get bile flow. That's good, because now you don't have all of those problems, like gallstones and nasty little critters that plug you up. Get the flow going good. And then when the cell, which can become so overloaded, some things need to go in there and just move that toxic material out of the cell. So it'll jump back into the blood system and then exit through the urine system. And whenever somebody's trying to lose weight, the liver has to be first. And then secondly, the colon, if it's constipated, if it's slow and sluggish, if it's not forming good, healthy bowel stools, then it backs the system up even further, and it's always harder for the metabolism to pick up. So whenever your cell structure, your liver, and your colon are in harmony, cell, liver, colon, your metabolism most of the time will be improved as much as 30%. And if you give somebody a 30% improvement in metabolism, it's like an overnight miracle in their ability to lose weight.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Now, let's, obviously cleanses, I believe, are for, because we live in a toxic world, which you pointed out. What is the age that somebody should start taking the Rensa product? How often should we take? I know that the product is formulated for a daily dosage or a 10-day detox. Obviously, we want people on the daily maintenance because they can keep up with that. But what in your terms of usage, how early can I use this? How early can my children be using this? How old does it go up to? Is there an age limit on the upper end of that? And what would you recommend? Once a quarter, once a month, doing a 10-day detox, or if I'm doing the maintenance, what would your suggestion be on usage around all of those facets?
Well, usually about 8 or 9, 10 years old is a good start juncture, and if they can't swallow a capsule yet, you could literally dump it into applesauce and make it go down smooth. But for the average adult, we do recommend that they start out with 2 capsules, per meal. So that's 2 capsules 3 times a day. And if they would do that with their meals for 10 days, that becomes a 60 capsule 1 bottle regimen. So in 10 days, we got you super ability to start the detox system in a major way. 2 capsules 3 times a day for 10 days. After that, you're pretty much on your own. And Janice and I, my wife and I, we like to use detoxification at least with every heavy meal. So if it's a meal that's going to be substantial, then it's time to swallow the detox. So truly it would be good to have 1 capsule 2 times a day or 1 capsule 3 times a day, just depending on what you eat. Because I have been with some of those Utah cowboys like Ryan Anderson, and let me tell you, a cowboy will eat pretty good. And I've even gotten off of a jet airplane in an airport like early in the morning, and there will be a place to eat over there. And cowboys like Ryan, I might go for a scrambled egg and a cup of coffee, but some cowboys like Ryan, they'll go ahead and eat a double cheeseburger at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. And so, for somebody like that, I'd say, well, you better take a Rensa with each and every meal to save the day.
I love it. Well, as cowboys, we never know where our next meal's going to come from. So, we got to eat out.
You always got to make sure you go ahead and
sir.
eat good.
Yes, sir. Got to keep some weight in those cowboy boots. So that's the thing. Or you sit a little light in the saddle, you might fall out. So,
but it works. I've seen you
yes,
eat good, and you're holding a good normal weight for yourself. Otherwise, you'd be a big old boy if you didn't use good nutrition.
I was a big old boy before this good nutrition, for sure. And that's, things that you bring up a very important part. That's something that for me, I love our whole product lineup, but the 2 products that I absolutely will not be found without. I travel anywhere I go with them. I make sure they're in my pocket, and that's Rensa and Vinlay. And there's just something, and maybe you could explain this, and maybe we could end on this note, because I know you're definitely busy there in your practice there today in pharmacy. There's just something, like, there's this mental clarity, this energy, this lightness I feel. It's easier for me to get up in the mornings. I feel like I have a deeper sleep when I'm on the Rensa product. And I feel lighter. I don't feel guilty when we go to smash burgers right off of the airplane, before, at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't feel guilty about that, because I do feel like I have some of these other things happening, and I feel great. My energy's off the charts. I honestly feel like I'm 21 again, and I'm 102. So, what do you think that is? Is that just the flushing of all of the toxins, metals, and chemicals, or is there some balance there, or what?
Somewhere. You have to start somewhere, and I remember about a year ago you started faithfully with Rensa, so you got a system now that's percolating, that's in the motions, and a capsule here and there now and then keeps it going, and so you're able to enjoy your eating, and your Vinlay comes in and just keeps the metabolism, the thyroid gland, the adrenal gland, the metabolism moving along. A clean system makes it easier, and a good metabolic system with Vinlay keeps pushing it and moving it, and so weight gain is not an issue. And whenever you need to lose a pound or two, it comes to your benefit and your behalf. Nice.
I just got texted one last question, and we'll end here. And again, I really appreciate your time. With cleansing, some people are on prescription medications because of conditions and different things that are going on in their life. With heart disease, Coumadin, some of the different things that people are on prescription medications. Can the Rensa cancel out any of these prescription medications that people may or may not be on?
Great question, and the answer is no, Ryan, but definitely. Did you know that I do not know of one pharmaceutical drug that's not toxic in itself, just from the chemistry? I mean, I am into biochemistry, and I know pharmaceutical drugs, and they're all synthetic, and anything that's synthesized usually does not fit the body 100%, so you always have to deal with toxic issues upside down. So everybody who's on any prescription drug should consider Rensa, just to make sure that some of the side effects that their drugs would normally cause don't have to occur.
Nice. I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, my friend, as always, you've enlightened us, you've informed us, you've entertained us, and you've definitely, at the end of the day, made this company a better company. You've definitely made it what it is today. And more importantly, you've made me a better person, because I get to call you a friend. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you do each and every day. And before I let you go, you just recently wrote a book on collagen, enzyme hydrolyzed collagen protein. Would you mind sharing with the folks what that is and how they could get a copy of that book?
I will. It's called A Weapon of Mass Construction, and it is just Dr. Charlie's sensible thinking about why would anybody want to take collagen protein, and I answer a lot of your questions in the book, and the book is available. Ryan, you have to help me out, because I'm not real sure. Is it myvisitools.com where they would go to find that?
Yes, sir. Right. If you go to myvisitools.com, you'll see a copy of it, and I just barely finished reading it again. I've read it 2 times now, and I knew we had something remarkable here, but when I read that again and again, the way you put things always, I just barely got back from a trip from Seattle to Helena to Bozeman, Montana, and there was a young leader there that's growing like crazy, and she said that she has a crush on Dr. Charlie because of the way that you put things. You put things in a way that makes sense to people, and yet the science behind everything that you talk about is just so brilliant. And the book is just very well written. I would definitely recommend it to anybody if you're, wanting to learn more about enzyme hydrolyzed collagen and the effects of the body and how it helps us, and just a brilliant book. And again, Dr. Charlie, I just want to thank you so much for coming on this call. Thank you for all that you do, and thank you for the person that you are.
Well, you know what? It's my pleasure. 3 weeks from now, I fly to Japan to do some Visi work, but it'd be my pleasure one day soon to see what the United Kingdom looks like. And look at these folks we're talking to tonight, eye to eye.
Yes, sir. We're going to make that happen for sure. We've definitely got an incredible group growing over there in the UK, remarkable people, and we definitely got to get Dr. Charlie in the house in the UK for sure. So maybe you could help cleanse the Queen a little bit.
We got you. Thank you, Ryan. You're a great buddy, and I love you.
Thank you. Love you too, brother. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this call this evening. We're so grateful for our UK team. We're excited for all of the growth that's happening over there. We're grateful for the leadership that's over there. We're grateful for all that you guys do each and every day. And for those guests that was on this call this evening, I want to thank you for spending the time with us. Thank you for coming out. Somebody invited you on this call tonight because they knew that there was information that you could benefit from. Please get back with the person who invited you on this call. I know that they've got a sample with your name on it. They can help enhance your life, help you reach your lifestyle goals that you have, or perhaps you have some financial goals that you'd like to be able to meet. We obviously have some opportunities there as well. Please get back with the person who invited you on this call. They definitely have some more information for you. We definitely have a lot of great things going here. And Catherine, thank you so much for hosting this call. So grateful for you. Grateful to call you a friend. And congratulations on ranking up last week, and can't wait to see it again this week. Thanks again. God bless, and have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.